So, a year back, I started featuring guitars a lot more in my beats and in my videos. If you've been here since the beginning, you've probably noticed that since last year, I've been doing a lot more guitar type beats on this channel. A year later, I feel confident enough that I'd like to demonstrate my process of making a guitar sample and turning it into a beat in a different style of video than you're used to. I hope you'll enjoy. Let's start at the beginning. My setup. Can't record a sample without the proper tools, right? I'm using a 14-inch M1 MacBook Pro. Hooked up to it, I have a Universal Audio Apollo Solo, a high-end audio interface which allows for almost no latency during recording. I plug a Fender guitar cable into my guitar input and hook it up to my Ibanez AS53, my semi-hollow body electric guitar. These are guitars that you'll hear a lot in R&B, jazz, and neo-soul. And last but not least, I'm recording it through Native Instruments' Guitar Rig 6 directly into Logic Pro X. Because I feel that its editing options are superior to FL's, specifically FlexTime, I prefer Logic over FL to record my samples in. Usually, I start up with a quick warm-up by playing some pentatonic scales, stretching my fingers, trying to memorize the fretboard, and then I play some chord progressions. I haven't been practicing consistently, so I'm not as good as a guitar player as I would have liked to be. Still, I'm good enough to make some fire guitar samples. Once I'm done warming up, I try improvising some progressions. I often default to the minor scale, but I've been pretty successful at writing in major too. Usually when I have a general idea of the chords I like, I try spicing it up with passing chords, hammer-ons, slides, and licks. Then I get to recording in Logic. In Logic, I try to record everything in one take, but I found it easier to just use punch-ins and then splice them together. It's not authentic, I know, but in this digital age, I prefer convenience and efficiency. Now comes the processing. Usually, I run it through Guitar Rig 6 first before applying EQ and multiband compression. Then, I send it to a reverb bus. Everything after that really depends on the vibe of the beat, but I feel it never hurts to add a little bit of chorus. If you've watched my other videos, you know that this is the part where I start layering. I usually take out instruments and play the chords I play in the guitar sample. I try to stick to at least 2 layers, but often I feel like going nuts and adding up to 5. I'm a big fan of vocal samples, and even though I've shared some minor gripes in the past, I still default to splice when I look for vocal samples. I used to look for samples in a specific key I was working in, but I figured that I could just make any sample work if I pitched it up or down when necessary. After that, it's drums. If you want an idea of the kits that I use, check out my videos where I make some R&B beats. But for today, we're going for the kit that I feel has become my go-to kit. Your all reliable, as you may call it. I keep my drums simple, not because I don't care for them, but because I think that a bare bones essential groove really is more than you need. I might add some perks or rolls if I feel they really contribute. Bass is, for some reason, the last element that I add to my beat, and I usually do not sweat it a lot, unless I take out the Scarby Rickenbacker bass in Contact. That's when I feel I gotta step it up. But I'm usually not stressing it if it's just 808s or a sub bass that I'm using. So with all the elements in place, it's time to do some very basic arranging. I try to create an intro, a verse section, hook, verse, another hook, and after that, it's kind of up for grabs. Sometimes I extend the hook, sometimes if I'm making older forms of R&B I add a bridge, and sometimes I decide the beat is a perfect fit for an interlude and leave it like that. And that kind of concludes my process. This might not be new to longtime viewers, but I wanted to see how y'all like this more narrated format and video style. I hope that you've gotten some insights into my process that I haven't shared with you good folks before. And as always, I hope to see y'all in the next video. Peace.